it's going to be Kim Brennan is going to take the gold here for Australia.
Aussie's leaders, they come up to me.
It's the Netherlands and Australia have held. Australia win the gold. It's the Aussies for the first time since 1996.
Welcome back. Australia has a proud history on the water and our rowers are looking in great shape ahead of Paris 2024. Pleasure to welcome Australian rowers Annabelle McIntyre and Angus Widdicombe to Sports Sunday this morning. Welcome, guys. A really successful World Championship campaign for the Australian rowing team, qualifying 12 boats for the Olympics and Paralympics. How is confidence among the team?
From the women's side, we are very confident. As a whole team, definitely. For the first time, I think in the history of rowing, at least, the women's side have qualified all boats except one. So compared to last cycle, we're very, very proud of what we've done so far.
Yeah, same. We've qualified, I think, 16 spots for the men's side of things. So it takes a lot of stress off next year, not having to go to the last chance regatta, and you can really focus in on training. We've still got a few more boats and seats we'd like to qualify, so we'll be going for those as well.
Well, Angus, that's your first step, qualifying the boats. But then the next step is qualifying to get your seat in the boat. How does that process go and how stressful is that training with these guys that you're competing with for a spot?
Yeah, definitely. So first step's getting the qualification, and then the next step's making sure I'm in there next year. But I do know that, like, having that pressure makes the crew better. So as long as there's pressure for seats, hopefully the boat will be moving forward and getting in the right spot for next year.
Annabelle, you and your partner, Jess Morrison, you're coming into the pairs. How do you have that relationship? You must be pretty close.
Yeah, so Jess and I have been rowing together for quite a few, many years now. We've really been working on developing our relationship, not as just sports people, but also off the water, because, you know, that really helps any sort of working dynamic. Our relationship is very egoless. We really recognise that to get the most out of each other, we need to just be totally honest to our goals and to each other so that we can really perform on that world stage.
Do you do any sort of team bonding? What do you do to form this great relationship?
Yeah. What do we do? You know, the occasional, we go and watch a movie together occasionally. I think once we went shopping. That's not really, you know, usually the way we operate, but you know, we're willing to try anything to get better at what we do.
Yeah. Well, Angus, the eights, of course, the blue ribbon event in rowing. Australia has been in fantastic form, but no pressure, have never won gold. Can this group of men do it?
Absolutely. I think we proved to ourselves and the broader rowing community this year that we can do it. We just got to keep learning as we go and make sure we peak for the right event at the end of the season next year. So absolutely we can, I think.
Annabelle, a gold medal for you in the fours in Tokyo. But Paris, you're wanting to go into the pairs. How do you choose what boat you want to go into? Is it your choice? Is it the coaches? Is it just where your form is at the time?
Usually it's the coaches, but definitely your performance in the domestic part of the season sort of indicates where the coaches and the selection members or committee will decide where to put you. I think Jess and I were quite lucky that when we came back together at the start of this season, we did put a good foot forward in the pair, and that was sort of predetermined where we wanted to go.
Do you prefer the pair or the four?
Each boat has its own perks. Yeah. The pair is, there's something special about it. It's easy. There's two of you. You know, you don't have to manage relationships, a lot of relationships, but when you do get a boat with many relationships moving well, there's also something really special about that.
And a similar kind of question for you, Angus, in the eights. How do you know where you're going to be sitting? Are you fighting for different spots there, or do you know where you want to be?
Each sort of rower has their individual traits, and each seat it's all rowing, but there's little nuances for each seat. So in the eight, it sort of comes down for who's the best for that seat. You need to get the most out of everyone. I'm in the stern end because I get a bit of power on earlier, but you know that doesn't work maybe in the bow seat. So the coaches and rowing with everyone over time, you figure these things out and get the people in the right seats for the right jobs.
It's similar to TV juggling personalities on the panel here, you know.
Difficult
ones on the wing, like Mark Taylor, stars in the centre.
I don't know about you, Roz, but I've done a few ergos in my time, and utmost respect for you guys. Rowing would be one of the most difficult sports in the Olympics, insane.
Your machines. Annabelle, Angus, thank you so much for popping by Sports Sunday. Enjoy the off-season, and we'll be right behind you in Paris 2024.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.